Hi everyone, hope all of you can hear my voice clearly. Okay. And yes, Dipalo Khadra, Shubho Navabarsho, Happy Vishu. Good morning, everyone. Uh, Srinivasan, great, good to see you. Karthikeyan, Kiran, Inder. All right. Is the voice loud and clear? Okay. Chalo, let's start. Super, super. Hi, Kiran. Good. Chalo. Today we are going to continue. Continue the discussion that we had last time, and then we will take this forward. All right. So we were talking about how to manage clients during times of market volatility, and what kind of reactions we get, and how to manage those kind of reactions, and be your normal self so that the client readily accepts you and takes the discussion ahead. Today, we are going to talk about uh, how to have that meaningful conversation where the client is also eager to start off with you. So, how do I convert a fearful client into a confident investor? So that would be this third leg of the discussion. How to convert a fearful client into a confident investor. Let me start with a short story. Imagine karo, a client has met the advisor. Okay. They have discussed everything properly. कोई problem नहीं है. Okay. Goals have been identified, which is absolutely clear. The plan was simple and the strategy made complete sense to the client. Okay. And and the meeting ended on a very positive note. And the advisor, the wealth manager, felt that this is truly going in the right direction. All right. But decision didn't happen. For some reason, the decision did not take place during the meeting. Days passed, weeks passed, and eventually the same client went ahead and invested the money somewhere else. Not with that advisor, somewhere else. मुझे chat box में लिखिए, how many of you have actually experienced a decision having been taken outside the meeting? Having been taken outside the meeting, not in the meeting, outside the meeting. Hmm. कि And how have you seen decisions being taken more number of times during the meeting or outside the meeting? कब किस में ज्यादा होता है? ड्यूरिंग द मीटिंग डिसीजन ज्यादा होते हैं या आउटसाइड द मीटिंग डिसीजन ज्यादा होते हैं? How many times client come back and then starts investments after the meeting? Okay. Now, here is the interesting part. देखो, nothing was very different during these two situations. जब अपने the goal made sense, everything made sense, and all of that. Uh, the plan, the logic, and even the outcome, then why did the decision happen somewhere else? Why did the client did not come to you when the time had come to take the decision? Anyone who wants to write in the chat box कि ये क्यों होता है? Because when that second chance came for the client to take a decision, that client felt more comfortable taking the decision at that time. The client felt more comfortable taking the decision that time. And this is something we don't talk about enough. हम इसके बारे में ज्यादा बात नहीं करते हैं. So हम लोग क्या सोचते हैं as a wealth manager कि if the logic is right, the client will act. But the reality is different. People don't act when logic, when it is just that logic is clear, or when it is just that the logic is clear. They act when they feel that it is safer to take the decision. I will repeat. People don't act when logic is clear. They act when the decision feels safe. And this is where many times many many advisors struggle. Not on the part, not in the effort at all, but in that one moment when the client is slightly unsure and the decision is hanging. So today's session is about that one thing, how to handle that moment of hesitation and how to convert that moment of hesitation into a moment of action, because that those moments decides whether all that 45 minutes 1 hour that you have spent in the meeting will convert into a business or not. Okay, perfect. Ready, everyone? Give me a few minutes. I'm going to share my presentation deck and we'll get started. Does this make sense? Nishu, Vipul, Hanu, Harsha, Inder, Jitendra Joshi, Kamlesh Mehta, Kaushal. All right, Karthikeyan, Mahendra Reddy. Chalo, let's get started. Give me just 30 seconds. I'm going to share my presentation deck and we will get started. So converting fearful clients into confident investors. Okay. So this is day 2 and tomorrow we will have a continuation of this as well. Okay. We'll have a continuation of this. देखो क्या होता है. Yesterday we spoke about handling clients when they are fearful. Now today we are going to take this discussion ahead to see how to get that person to take an action. Okay, because client को समझ में आ गया अब करे क्या. Okay, because many times it is not about the clarity. Clients got the clarity, they know that they move to have a move, but they listen to everything but still don't act. They do not say no, but they delay. Let me tell you one big challenge that we have, and we do not know how to diagnose it properly. देखो, there are two decisions which are taken in any meeting. The first decision is whether this is the right way to move ahead, जिसके लिए आप बहुत सारा रीजनिंग, लॉजिक, रैशनल, आपका फ्रेमवर्क, the way you would move ahead, your fund selection, small cap, mid cap, all of that. उसके बाद you have identified the product. Okay. Then ultimately the client will not know so much about the product as much as you do. So they would potentially go with your suggestion. Okay. The product might be 100% correct, appropriate for the client to start investments. But there is a second big decision, which is whether the investment should happen now, whether they should take the decision and start now. But when we do a follow up with the client, we actually follow up on the decision. Next time, what you do when you follow up with a client, always follow up about whether it is the right time to take a decision. Follow up on the time. Don't follow up on the product discussion. Follow up on the time decision. Okay. Because if you keep following up on the decision, the client in the head, in their mind, also is not very sure what is the decision to be taken. At the end of the day, the decision is about the time to be, whether it's the right time to take the decision. Okay. Because the client is actually waiting, seeking for the perfect time. There is a fear of market anxiety, and they're overthinking, which has moved them into a paralysis. So, in the client's mind, there could be awareness, interest, then hesitation. Moment there is hesitation, the decision framework fails. Okay, and most of the advisors fail here at the stage 3 कि सब कुछ मीटिंग अच्छा हो गया बट डिसीशंस लिया नहीं गया है, and then we are continuously waiting, and सबको पता है time is the most precious thing, so we keep waiting and waiting and waiting. Okay, we are waiting to get more clarity, but if you keep waiting for longer and longer time, you know time doesn't get you more clarity, time gets you more fuzziness in the brain. Okay, the moment of truth in this advisory meeting. Okay, so let's get into this and dissect this and move in. Let's assume the client has said, let's wait for some time. Okay, there are two paths to be followed. Path A, there is a technical and logical response. You can keep talking about market valuations, P ratios, volatility, macros, and so on. Then logically it will fail. Okay, because you are putting in more and more data into the mind of the person. If you put in more and more data into the mind of the person, the client will get into a logical overthinking mode and they will get stuck. It will be a dead end. There is another way, which is the behavioral response. Okay, so you are moving focus to action and emotion. Okay, when you move your focus to action and emotion, you build the bridge for the client to take an execution. Okay, so what are the three shifts that you can do at this stage? Okay, focus. When the time comes to shift the dimension about market, first thing, always bring about discussion around the plan. From market, it has to be about the plan. The goal timeline is still intact. Execution. If there is hesitation on full deployment, move from lump sum to stagger. It will reduce the fear through a systematic entry. All right. And then bring in the emotion, saying that waiting also has a cost. Dekho, if you are building the whole wall of investments in one go, it could be quite fearful at times. It may be intimidating. Or you build it in a step-by-step manner. By shifting lump sum to staggered deployment, you do not change the destination, but you're simply building a staircase for the client. Moment, if you start talking about that, the fear in the mind of the client reduces quickly. Now, there has to be an intervention script because the client is in hesitation mode. Okay. We have to eliminate the illusion that there will be a perfect time to enter the market. There will never be any perfect time to enter the market. Never, ever be. Let's not wait for clarity. Let's create a structure and move step by step. That will replace market uncertainty with a tangible and a plan. It will also lower the emotional barrier to entry. In this decision phase, keep it tight, keep it on the behavior, and keep it actionable. Do not talk about technicals, do not give options, and do not over explain things. Okay. Now, in this decision moment, when there is hesitation, just focus on the how the client must behave. Always focus on the outcome, which is the client to execute, and the tools that you will use has to be emotional anchors and a staggered step. Right? So once you have the clarity of the plan, staggered action, and an emotional validation, then the clients will get the confidence to act at that point. Remember, clients don't need more information at all. They need the confidence to act. They need to move from panic to a decision process. Okay. Just give me a minute. I'm going to share with you one link. Give me just 1 minute, please. All right. So there is a link which is there in the chat box. Uh, if you're truly enjoying these sessions that we are conducting from Monday to Friday, we would love to receive your views about them. So this is the link to the Google review page. We would love to see what you think about it, good, bad, ugly, and share your honest feedback about what we should be doing and whether we are doing anything great. Please do tell us whether there is a space for improvement. Please do tell us as well. Okay. So the link is in the chat box. And we would love to go ahead and receive everybody's feedback. All those of you who have already shared your reviews and feedback, thank you very much. We truly appreciate. And this is for those who have not yet done it and are willing to share your responses. All right. All the best, everyone. Have a great day ahead and see you tomorrow exactly at 10:10. All the best. Take care. Bye bye.